Well, I actually happen to have one right here, and it is a barbecued chicken quesadilla. Quesadillas are great. They are very versatile. You can put less ingredients in there, like only cheese if you have picky kids that don't eat all the rest of the stuff. But I've taken some barbecued chicken meat. I just took chicken, roasted chicken from the store, and I mixed it with my favorite barbecue sauce. And I've got that here with just a little bit of cheese, a little bit of onions, a little bit of green onion, and then I can grill that on the grill. You're tailgating here, so I've got a piece of foil, and I've put a little bit of butter or pan spray on the underside of the tortilla, and then just grilled it till it's nice and golden brown and the cheese melts. And then I can go ahead and fold this up right now, or I can do what I like to do, because I'm a guy, and I put Ruffles on here because Ruffles makes food that guys love. It's based on dude food flavors. And I've got smokehouse barbecue chips on here. I'm going to fold this over and then give it a good little crunch so it blends in with the cheese. And then when I go to cut this quesadilla, you can just hear the crunch. And this is a fantastic appetizer to serve while everybody's hanging around, and or as another small plate that you can serve with a bunch of smaller things as a kind of combined main event. The question of charcoal or gas is really one that every grill master has to decide for themselves. It might be just what you grew up with, or it might be a flavor preference. I like charcoal and wood generally, but gas is a lot more convenient and it's a lot easier to control. So the biggest thing you got to think about when you're tailgating, though, is how many people am I serving and how many different items am I grilling? Do I have a big enough grill for the amount of people and number of items I'm grilling? So if you just got the family, 4, 6 people, you might be able to just take one of these little charcoal grills with you. If it's 20 people and you're grilling corn and burgers and all kinds of things, you might need to think about a bigger grill, and you're going to have to transport that. So that's all stuff that you got to consider. In the hot weather, everything that you bring has got to be, it's got to stay cold all the time. You need big coolers. You need to fill those coolers with, I like to take frozen water bottles and put them in there and use them as ice. But I put everything into resealable plastic bags so that there's no mess and I don't have anything to clean up afterwards, because the last thing you want to do is be hauling a bunch of dirty pots and pans back with you after the tailgating. But as far as what meats, it really depends on what you want to serve. If you want to make some little burgers or slider burgers, go ahead and make those ahead of time. Get them all formed, put them in resealable plastic bags and put them in the cooler. Keep them cold until you're ready to grill. If it's sausages, I like sausages. They're easy, they're versatile. You can have healthy sausages, chicken sausages, bratwurst, and that's a really great thing to transport because they're just easy and simple to use. But those also need to stay in resealable plastic bags or some kind of disposable container in a cooler with ice until you're ready to actually put them on the grill. And don't let your food sit around in the heat, because that's definitely a recipe for trouble. One of the things that I like to remember tailgating is that you're really getting ready for a party and you are celebrating. You're celebrating your team. You got to be ready. You got to have all your stuff travel ready. You've got to have things that are easy to prepare and easy to eat on site. You've got to be ready for all weather. And if that forecast says it might rain, you got to be prepared with some pop-up tents and some umbrellas, or you might be sad. And then make a checklist. Make it easy on yourself. Get organized ahead of time, and that leaves you more time to have fun at the party. And I always like to maintain party readiness myself. I keep at my cabinet at home always a bag of Tostitos tortilla chips and some favorite salsa. And then when it gets to be game time, I like to go ahead and jack that salsa up. I start with something great that's already fantastic, like restaurant-style Tostitos salsa. And then I mix it with fresh ingredients like tomatoes, onions, jalapenos, cilantro, a little bit of lime juice, and it's customizing it for your event. Really enjoyed it. Hey, have fun tailgating.